Hey guys, welcome to StewTube. It's May 14th, and I just want to go over a few things in the chart because something might be setting up for another big move right now. You guys know that I ended up playing this, I was looking for this purple line to turn from a resist to a support flip when we were trading right in this general area, and we got that perfect flip right there. Right along, we tested it for quite a while. It was not able to break. We had this yellow line come in and meet that purple line, and boom, that was the springboard we needed. I also mentioned that we had this fake out below this yellow trend line, and it actually makes sense where that even bottomed out, just looking back a little ways here, because if I go to the 4-hour chart and zoom out a little bit, whoops, you can see that on the 4-hour chart we have a whole bunch of touch points there too. Starting here, we had our touch point here, we had a cluster of touch points here, and then where we bottomed out after dropping that yellow support line. So let's zoom back into the 15-minute. And yesterday in my video, I forgot to mention this green line of support forming, but if you look in the comments, I did comment on it immediately after I posted. I said I didn't know what I would be doing with it yet, but it was a line of interest and nothing more than that at that time. I had, however, pointed out this potential bull flag right here, and it actually did play out perfectly. We take our measured move from the approximate breakout point there, and I took some profits at about 96.60 from that play right there. Or some more profits off my trade, sorry, because I've been in since 89.94, I believe was the price. My entry price has changed quite a bit because I have added in on some trades. I did take a little bit extra of a position when we broke out of that bull flag. I did close some of that, and then as we kept testing this green line today, here you can see this just happened a few hours ago. So shortly after my video, after I mentioned the green line, we tested it here again, and then up here just a few hours ago we did try and break below it, but our candle bodies closed above that green line still, so it is still holding as support for now. So I added into my position here again today, and I have updated my stop losses. Even though I added to my position, I never opened myself up to any risk. If we drop to this red line here, I will be out of my position. It's actually at 94.69. That's just in case, once again, this turns into a descending triangle, because that would be a decent move down, and I would then be starting to lose profits as well as dropping some important support lines, and we could be in for quite the tumble. I don't overly think that's going to happen. I'm kind of looking at this as another potential bull flag, or if not a bull flag, at least some sort of a triangle, which would still be a move. Actually, look at that, guys. You guys know I've been pointing out these white lines since my very first video, and that target reaches pretty much to that top white line, where I would be very interested in taking a bunch of my profits, but leaving some of my position in play just in case we break that, because if we end up shooting above that and getting a retest, that's where I'm starting to look at things as potential new highs, possibly even above $20,000 at the end of the last bull market. It's still early to say, but that could be happening, and I want it on my radar just in case, because it's better to be prepared than to not be. So gonna have to see how that plays out. I don't know if I will add to my position yet. If we do break above this triangle, ideally I would like to see it coil up more. The only thing with that is if we do drop this green support, it could flip into resistance and we could see further downside. But again, I will not be adding to my position to the point where I can lose on this trade. I have a bunch of profits locked in, and even my entry point right now is, I believe it's 93.03 is my average entry on the remainder of my position that isn't locked in. So even if I get stopped out down here, that's still a great profit because it's a 15x long position. So we're going to have to see how things play out, but you can see right now once again, just like my last video watching, or 2 videos ago watching that purple line, we are fighting that resistance right now on our third touch point. And that's kind of why I wanted to rush and make this video quick before I get things done around the house. Ideally, I would like to see it break above, even get some sort of a red candle close, but then another green candle close, just showing a bit of a support flip there. And I would definitely consider adding to my position again. And I would probably raise my stop loss again. I would probably end up going probably just below this yellow line. I might give it a little space. Actually, another thing I would want to check first. Let's get out the Fibonacci tool. Fib retracement. Let's go from even just this recent little swing here, since we got that bull flag. Let's go swing low to swing high. And this is the opposite of how I've been looking at my profits for long positions, because I was pulling top to bottom for those because the 0.618 is a potential reversal zone. So I'd be looking at that the same if we drop to that 0.618. I would like it to act as support, where I would be interested in looking for another long position, or if we drop that, potentially selling out. If we do happen, here, let's just clean things up a little bit for you guys. If we happen to drop a more important support line, like let's say this white one, again, I'll zoom out to the weekly here, that would be this trend line right here. If we drop that, I think, well, you can see what happened last time. Look at this. A lot of professional traders, some of them you probably watch, say that they only do horizontal support and resist lines. And I get it, it keeps things simple, but I just have better luck with diagonal lines, so that's my system. It works for me. The 15-minute works for me. They say that, or a lot of people say that that's too short and it's for degenerates. Well, tongue-tied here, degenerates. It all depends how your system works, guys. You come up with a set of rules and you follow them, but look at that. You get a 15-minute close and look at that dump it had. And if we drop below that white line again, I see no reason why that would have to be different. The only reason that I think that, actually I'm not giving it much weight that that will even happen, is a lot of times after you break a trend line and then it fails, but then you break it a second time, the momentum, it tends to carry forward a little more. So even if we drop to this line, I wouldn't be surprised to see it act as a bit of support. And actually that'd be great. That is right around where my current average entry is. So even if we drop to that, if I feel like changing my stop loss later, even on part of my position to keep some of it open, I would take a very minimal loss if I set my stop loss below that white line. So those are just a few things I wanted to point out to you guys quick in case we do get a bit of a bull flag here. Let's say this coils up, even especially if it gets a few more touch points. I would love to see a test of this white line up here, and eventually, I can't see it break in it first try. It could happen because it would catch everybody off guard, just like I was talking about yesterday. But I would definitely be taking a large chunk of my position off the table near that line, just because I would be expecting it to take a couple tries to break above. But of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. These markets are extremely high risk. Regular investing is risky enough. When you're trading markets, it's much riskier, and cryptocurrency is the most volatile, riskiest market that I know of. And that's why the percentage swings are crazy. So always do your own research. But hopefully you're learning something out of these videos. Give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe if you haven't. It would really help the channel out. Eventually I want to do some sort of a trade alert system where I will give my exact entries, stop losses, take profits, like everything that you need to know about exactly how I'm trading, but I'm a little ways away from doing that yet. I just want to get a little more comfortable on my StuTube channel here and things like that before I pull the trigger on that. But that's definitely something that I'm looking into. as well as some sort of a free channel, probably going to be on Telegram, as that seems to be what the traders use. But I would like to do some sort of free channel where if my analysis does change, that I can just send out a message, even if I don't tell you my exact trades, just kind of my technical analysis that I'm looking at, because I can't be making videos 5 times a day, whereas I might be changing my analysis 5 times a day. So anyways, guys, that's just a few things I wanted to bring to your attention. We got a beautiful long weekend coming up, so hope everybody enjoys that. And with that, stay safe, and I am out. Peace.